Taking it easy this afternoon? I think it's time for a beer. Oh, can you feel it? Summer's not too far away. So you know what that means for me? More fantastic weekends just like this down at the shack. Just standing here this afternoon on the balcony, taking in the serenity, just sort of thinking about my younger years when I was a slightly more foolish lad. Back when perhaps I used to indulge a little more than I should, and probably back before I knew better. Yeah, you know, I've done my fair share of silly things in the past with a few under the belt. I've danced on my fair share of bars. I rode on the outside of a bus once. Another time I was gaffer taped nude to my clothesline. And of course there was that time that I played human 10-pin bowling with Dave Myers. Took a wee in my niece's cupboard and scared off way too many ladies in the pub by saying, "I love you." But that is well and truly behind me now because I'm a responsible father and a husband. And part of being responsible is knowing when your social occasion isn't the right one to down half a dozen pints of double IPA. Look, sometimes you've just got to take it easy, and that's why I love my mid-strength craft beers. So Balter is the latest brewery to throw their hat into the ring to give craft beer lovers a better mid-strength option than say 4X, Carlton Mid or Great Northern. A huge thank you from me to these guys and the other craft beer brewers playing in this space. It is so awesome to be able to drink a full flavoured aromatic beer that's a mid-strength ABV. Which brings me to this, the Capitan Sensible. A little bit of tongue-in-cheek, a little bit of taking the piss. I really like this name actually. Now before I give you my thoughts, let's set the scene with this beer. So this beer is pretty much made with half the ingredients of what your normal IPA might be made with. So what really pisses me off is when I hear beer drinkers say, "Oh, that's okay for a mid-strength," or it's nowhere near as good as my IPA, without really appreciating what this is. As a brewer, it's really difficult to try and get the full flavours and aromas and mouthfeel when you're only dealing with a very skinny amount of ingredients. So let's not try and think of this in comparison to a big IPA. Let's celebrate this beer for what it is, an amazing feat of brewing with only half the ingredients pretty much. With less malt to play with, it's all about the hops to add the flavour and aroma that we're looking for. Oh yeah, this one is really quite fruity. Great effort here on the dry hopping. You got to give that one a really big tick. Oh yeah, nice sort of crisp fruitiness on the palate and quite a nice body for a mid-strength. It's refreshing, it's mildly bitter, but I reckon it's also dangerously sessionable. As you may know, I'm doing my best to brew my own mid-strength craft beer in the home brew shed at the moment. Now it's fair to say that if I came up with this one, I don't reckon I could stop high-fiving myself. So look, if you're like me and you really appreciate a sub 4% beer that's going to have a little bit more in it than your average mainstream mid-strength, I reckon you should check out Capitan Sensible because you'll be pretty much like me and think this is an absolute bloody ripper. So look, until we talk again in this great big craft beer land of ours, cheers to great beers.